Hey, did you guys see this? I guess ICE did a raid over at a weed farm the other day in Camarillo, California. Right? Protesters were already there on site, probably tipped off by some commie government insider. And they claimed that they were there to stop ICE from rounding up women and children. Right? And then they started hurling rocks and bricks, firing rounds at agents. These people are unhinged lunatics. And before you get your panties in a twist, understand this. Over 300 people were arrested. 14 of them were undocumented minors who were working on site. This wasn't about families, and it sure as shit wasn't peaceful, I'll tell you that much. This was violent chaos tied to illegal entry into our country and forced child labor. That's what we're letting across our borders. And for those of you who blindly support illegal immigration and you say things like borders aren't real, let's take a look at how the rest of the world handles people who cross their borders illegally. Let's take Japan, for example, right? You go to Japan, you enter illegally, they put you in prison. They blacklist you for life, and you spend months in solitary confinement. That's how they deal with you over there, right? What about Saudi Arabia? Yeah, let's take a look over there. You get caught crossing their border, and you get fucking whipped. And you're going to spend the next 2 years of your life behind bars. That's how they do it, right? Russia, right? You cross the border into Russia, you do it illegally. They drop you in a forced labor camp where you spend the next 2 years of your life turning big rocks into little rocks, right? How about India? 8 years behind bars in a place that's like a living hell. Pakistan, 10 years. No legal aid, no help, just hard time. North Korea, you break in, you don't get deported. You get the off switch. I'm pretty sure they disconnect your head from your shoulders over there. That's what they do with you. But when it's America, when you cross the border over here, you get free housing, you get free health care, you get education, you get food, you get public transportation, you get cell phones, you get government checks, you get legal protection, you get a sanctuary city where you can even hide. You want to come here? Shit, I don't blame you. I'm not against immigration, but there's a process. It's simple. It's not complicated, and anybody could follow it. Do that, and we'll welcome you with open arms. But if you break the law and enter our country illegally, there are consequences. Simple as that. No two ways about it. And before you start shouting about how these are good people who've been here 20, sometimes 30 years, paying their taxes, however the fuck that works, my response is simple. You broke the rules. You had 3 decades to make it right, and you didn't. That's on you. And before you start crying about ICE knocking on grandma's door, maybe look up and see who they're actually deporting. Because it's not the little old ladies and the line cooks. They're rooting out violent criminals, and most of them are repeat offenders. We're not talking about parking tickets or traffic stops. So let's get it straight. The people who are being deported aren't exactly the types of people that you'd want to have over for a barbecue and share a meal with. Got it?